Hello, people. It's your boy Osman back again with another Rival Fan podcast. 7 days ago, I spoke something into existence. 7 days later, Arsenal in seventh. You love to see it. Listen, we're gonna get into it. There's a lot to cover, as you can imagine. Progress FC are back again where they belong. We will get into that. But before we go and delve into the struggles of Arsenal Football Club, it's going to be an absolute madness. First and foremost, let me introduce to you the panel. We've got two fantastic debutants representing Chelsea. First and foremost, the homie Kevin is in the building. Kevin, how you doing, my guy?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me. Thank you for that.
Absolute pleasure, Kevin. The only one alongside myself that can, talk about European trophies. So I gotta respect you. But listen, I can't actually believe it's the first time you're on my channel because I watch your content regularly. So I just thought we had collab prior, but we haven't. Listen, the homie from Views. Listen, not Sims, the other homie, Patrick. Mala is in the building. Patrick, how you doing, my guy?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me on. It's been a while. We've been meaning to collab, but it's just the schedules have been intertwined. They not match. But yeah, I'm here, man. And I can't. We've got Lawless on. We've got Cahil. We've got Kevin. It's going to be sick. And obviously Arsenal are in the mud after all that talk, all that chat I've been getting. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. It's going to be sick.
Patrick, are you sure it was to do with schedules, or is it just the fact that Tottenham have won a game now, and now you can show your face?
Here we go.
What it is.
Listen, we've won more than a couple of games, obviously, otherwise we wouldn't be where we are. I'm not saying we've been great, but obviously there's teams here who've been talking a lot more than us, and they're sitting below us right now.
Oh, yes,
and we played a game less. We've played a game less.
I'm sure we're going to get into that very, very shortly. If you don't already know what we're talking about, you probably will very shortly. But nevertheless, the man, to be fair, I'm surprised you sat here with 3 points because you got fans in the stadium. The homie from West Ham fan himself. Lawless is in the building. Lawless, how you doing, my guy?
Mate, I'm very well. I am very well. I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying football right now. Things couldn't be better, certain people, we're going to get into it, trying to get onto me about other results, and what do? We give them that. We did that Saturday. We're going to get into that. So yeah, I'm good, mate. Happy to be here.
Listen, we're happy to have you back because obviously West Ham got a lot of disrespect on the last show, and obviously I had to put my West Ham out on, had to defend, but enough of me. Let's talk about our last guest, a regular on the show. Obviously, he's just seen his team, putting a very good performance. Normally, they lose 4-1 against Everton. This time, they lost 2-1. So, of course, that is progress. We have got the homie Cahil in the building. Cahil, talk to me. How are you feeling, my guy? How are you feeling?
The moment I saw that you didn't even put the intro in, I knew it was a wrap. So let's get into it, bro.
No intro today, my guy.
There's no intro. You straight into it.
I'm wasting a minute of that intro. We're on a strict schedule, so we've got to stick to that. You know what I'm saying? We've got to make
the thing is, Cahill, right? You've been getting a very easy ride with Kish, right? Because I feel like Kish don't have the animosity for Arsenal because he's a Northerner, where now you got Patrick, who genuinely has that.
I hate Arsenal fans. And the thing is, Cahill's a good one, but he's going to get hit with the strays because on my Twitter, all I see is Arsenal boys talking. They say Gabriel gets into every Premier League starting lineup. Gabriel gets into every combined 11. When I kept getting onto Thomas Partey, they told me that I was talking rubbish and I had an agenda. Today, funny enough, Partey come out himself and said he's been crap, and he gives himself a 4 out of 10. So there you go. And then again, he had a stinker today.
That 4 out of 10 was generous as well.
In my head, I was no fun. I was trying to work out where he got the 4 from. Like, what has he done to equate to that 4 out of 10?
Oh, mate.
And the song, and that was about a mid-2. But listen, banter aside, I want to actually have a serious conversation. I want to talk about progress because, of course, this time last week, Arsenal were 5th. And I said to you on 2 separate shows on your own channel and my channel that it's a false position. When the teams below you do what they expect to do, you'll be back in 7th/8th. And it's taking 1 game week. And I've been proven right. So, Cahil, talk to me. Is it still Arteta in or is it Arteta out? Is it still Progress FC? What are you saying after that? What's your raw reactions to that fantastic performance from VAR to only get that down to 2-1.
Exactly. Well, just to mention, I didn't realize the season was over, Usman. So
yes.
I get
Shameless.
It's not shameless, man. It's not shameless, but anyway, it's embarrassing. Can't hide it, man. That was embarrassing. We just the only time we responded was after we faced animosity or any sort of attack. When Richarlison scored the offside goal, the first one, that's when we responded. That's when we woke up. Then we got the goal, and I thought, yeah, that's good. We got it in the half time, and it's going to be a decent performance from here. But some of those players, man, you mentioned Partey, his touch was equal to Lukaku's, man. That was.
Lukaku's is way better. Lukaku could have, but at least the ball's for Lukaku now. And honestly, why is the guy always shooting from way outside the box?
Fam, I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I wish somebody could just a fly on the wall in training, because they must go on top bins in training.
When did Partey start getting off form?
When was he on form? When was he on form? When was he on form?
Recently, his performances have just been like, especially against United.
That's the thing, though. It's not been recently, and you can't get onto me about Partey. I've not been a fan ever since he's come to Arsenal. He's not had any good. I can't remember one great performance.
I mean, Kale, you did have Daniel as your ringtone up here. I feel like that's a bit.
I had what as my ringtone? You're lying, big man. I was a Partey. No, to be honest, when we signed him, I was partying hard, but boy, those performances, he's been awful. He's been absolutely dreadful from minute one to now, man. But I can't do Eddie. There's so much to talk about. Why was Eddie Nketiah brought on? He's not signed. He's refusing to sign a contract because you didn't give him minutes. But now you want to give him minutes, and then he comes on and he misses that chance.
I was seeing tweets about people just talking about obviously him playing to get his value up than to sell him. I was surprised when
to get his value up. He's going for free. His contract ends at the end of the season. Even if he wasn't,
sell him in January, isn't it? Like,
it's ridiculous.
But it looks like his value is dropping every time they play him. Like, it's exposing him.
Missing sitters after sitters. Yeah, Aubameyang.
Talk about sitters. Aubameyang, man.
Oh, mate, what's going on with that guy?
You had the perfect opportunity to just silence the haters, silence the critics, and the last moments just to give you some confidence. And he puts it like 10 yards. Like, was it a throw-in? I think it went for a throw-in.
Yeah. Cahill, what are you saying about Aubameyang now? Be honest. What's your thoughts? Do you need to sign and get a new striker?
No, I thought we needed a new striker a long time ago. I was one of the ones that didn't think I thought we should have sold him. I don't think he should have been given a 350k a week contract. That's just nuts, especially after the whole Ozil debacle, man.
Yeah.
There was.
I mean, the Arsenal fans were begging Aubameyang to stay. I mean, obviously not you, but in general, Arsenal fans were begging him because this is the only guy doing anything in the Arsenal.
No, don't get me wrong. I understand.
He was the reason you got the FA Cup. Let's be real.
He was, yeah. I feel like that was a dig.
Without Aubameyang, where would you be? Like, I feel like right now you're basically where and last season is basically where you would have been if Aubameyang wasn't there, because previously he was literally carrying you on his back with his goals, and I feel like. You were an injury away from potentially being in the situation, but obviously what's happened is Aubameyang's just gone, he's gone ghost mode. But listen, I just want to get Lawless in here because me and Lawless, right? Apparently we've got an agenda, and apparently we're salty or we say X, Y, and Z about Arsenal, and we always talk about how Arsenal aren't in the right position, etc. I'm just going to give the floor to you, Lawless. What are your thoughts on Arsenal being back in 7th, where they belong? What are your thoughts?
Where they belong. I like how you slid that in.
It was expected, wasn't it? It was expected. They went on that run. All of a sudden, it was like, yeah, we're coming for the top 4. We're back. We're doing. Arteta's got his players in now. We're doing this. We're doing that. We're scraping wins. And I said this: scraping wins against the likes of Norwich and Watford, and barely getting a point against Crystal Palace at home, right? At home. So this whole run, like, you could just see it. Like, there was nothing there that you could really take from it and saying, right, this Arsenal team is serious, like a serious team. And not only the fact of they're taking a year out of Europe and doing nothing. Like they all said, oh yeah, like without European, look what Chelsea did when they didn't have European football. They won the league. Like they keep comparing themselves to other. Like, look at Klopp when he came into Liverpool. It took him a few years to come and get things moving. That's going to be the same for Arteta. Keep comparing themselves to other teams. Like this talk about Arteta being like Pep and all of this other stuff Arsenal fans are talking about the other day. Like
that, big man.
I'm trying to remember what fan channel it was. I see someone. It's like, yeah, we play like Pep.
I think it was 3 in midfield.
Yeah, no, I saw that. I saw the Arsenal play like City chat. I definitely saw that.
Yeah, Arsenal play like City.
Yeah, I definitely saw that.
Like trying to hold on to glimmer of hopes, compare themselves to other teams without realizing they've got a crap manager and not a really good squad. Like you can't say like now you've got less Europe, you've got less games, and you're now in 7th. And maybe if Everton do turn things around and Wolves continue their form, who knows what's going to happen?
No, Lawless, none of that, chat. Because let's not forget Arsenal made progress. They finished 8th.
Bro, where is the progress?
They're currently they're 7th.
Like you, and this is the thing, Cahill. You have to take into consideration the lack of European football because you all celebrating, going, yeah, right. We've got less games to play. Now we can go and kick on and improve. For me, you have to be getting top 4. You have to be getting 4th without that. Like Arteta has to achieve that without European football. If you don't, it's a failure.
I get not a failure.
How? What if he gets 5th? You're taking a break from Europe to get 5th. So wait a minute, you're taking a break from the Europa League to get back in the Europa League. Make that make sense. Basically. What's the point in that?
And Arsenal spend the most money in the summer as well. People conveniently skip that. People keep conveniently forgetting that. When the boys first started picking up, you had obviously the goalkeeper, the defender, and all these people. Ben White, 50 mil. We signed a great centre back, one for the future. Ramsdale all of a sudden became the best keeper in the league. You had all of this talk and chat, and now, lo and behold, you got like Dan said, you had a fortunate run. Some of those games could have easily gone the other way. Crystal Palace literally scraped a draw at home. Some of the other games you were quite fortunate. 1-0 against Norwich, I think 1-0 against Burnley. And today you got found out. And to be fair, if it wasn't for the stupidness of VAR calls, that should have been a 3-1. Oh, sorry, 4-1. Wouldn't it have been? It wouldn't have been 4-1.
You can say that, but I can also say that if they should have been down to 10 men with Ben.
Yeah.
But the same way, right? That kick, see that stamp, right? Yeah. Did they gain an advantage from that?
Who?
Everton.
What do you mean?
I think it's a red card. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm saying no. Okay,
same.
What I'm saying is, it's different. Like see where he stamped on him. Like if he's injured the player, then yeah, they've gained a big advantage, and Arsenal, robbed, and they could have won. But
irrespective of whether Tomiyasu was injured or not, it should have been a red card, and the advantage should have been given to us when they went down to 10 men. Regardless. Go on.
For me, it was a red card, but they also had Godfrey had some challenges where he should have got yellow anyways.
Yeah.
So he got really lucky.
Yeah,
he was lucky all game.
But they was the better team regardless.
I'm not saying they weren't the better team, but if they go down to 10 men, it's a different game.
100%. It should have been a red. Tottenham fan aside, as a football fan and someone who likes to try and
we're not here for that, to be honest.
You know what? Fair enough. I tried to be decent and give them some.
No, bro. There's no need to be decent.
It's a different game, but there's no guarantee that you win.
Yeah, it's true. It's true because Arsenal showed nothing. Arsenal showed nothing to show that they was going to win that game. At any one point did you lot take the game by the scruff of the neck, and you're meant to be the better team. Yeah, Everton away is always going to be a tricky fixture. Sorry, but I just didn't see anything from you boys to really say that, yeah, okay, we're here, we're going to fight for top 4, fight for top 6. I didn't see anything of that today, really.
Everton have lost more home games, that came up, than any team in this year, right?
Yeah.
In the Premier League. More than Fulham, it come up. I think it was more than Watford, like the most games at home.
Shambles, man, absolute shambles so far.
Like So it's
Yeah,
not
so
like
poor
that.
this season.
Yeah, it's not like Arsenal have lost to this really good team, and it's like it's got
But that's their first win in 8 games, by the way.
First
Yeah,
win in
it's
8
mad.
games,
Mad,
first home
mad.
win of the
held
year.
since the 90s, bro. They've not had a worse run
Yeah.
since 94.
Like Usman and I were talking back
we love
earlier
doing
today.
that, though. We love giving teams that haven't won at games at home victories, man. That's what Arsenal do.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Cahill, did you go into this game with confidence? Like, be honest. Did you think you was going to win today?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought we were
Okay,
gonna
fair
win.
enough. Fair
I
enough.
thought
We should be honest.
we should have won this.
I mean,
Yeah.
you were rightly the favourites. Like, let's be real.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
No, I'm not
so
denying that. We should have outplayed them. They have a few injuries in their side. Richarlison's not fully fit as well. Obviously Dominic Calvert-Lewin's not playing, and he's always the big threat. So I thought they were there for the taking. But man, I do agree that we showed no fight, no desire up until we conceded those goals. And for me, that's an embarrassing mentality. You can't go into those games just hoping that a mistake is going to magically appear in front of you. And then when we go down, we show a bit of quality, we show a bit of class. Because Tierney, with that cross, well, it was a fantastic cross to Odegaard.
Yeah, no one was there.
Yeah, Odegaard won. He was.
Sorry, when he scored. Sorry, when he scored. Yeah. That was a good goal. That
was a fantastic cross, and it was a fantastic goal.
Yeah,
do you ask questions of why he got dropped though? Like why he wasn't back in? Should he come back fit? Yeah, Tierney.
I mean, to be fair, Tavares had a decent run up until Liverpool. Liverpool came in, and we saw he needs to work on his passes in training, because every time he's on the ball, I'm thinking, where is this going? It's going left, it's going right, but it's never going to our players. But
listen, I'm gonna bring Kevin in, but I just want to say this one thing, right? Look, for me personally, we got to go back to last week. We got to go back to the way you were talking with so much conviction that you are finishing in the top 4. Or you got a chance. Sorry, no, you didn't say that.
We do.
You said you got a chance of finishing top 4. And
Usman, is the league finished?
One second. Don't worry, Cahil. Don't worry, G. Don't worry. You get your time. I want to make it very clear that I said that not only are you paying all the cracks with these dead performances, but your manager is shit. Arteta is absolutely shit. And for all the Arsenal fans who watch this back or watch me say this, just get into your thick heads that you're a dead club, you're finished, you're nowhere near better than Spurs, you're nowhere near better than West Ham, you're not better than Chelsea, you're the 4th best team, maybe even below Crystal Palace, because Vieira is actually better man than you, man.
Jeez.
To relax and stay in your lane. This little false position that's got into your head that you're claiming progress was always going to capitulate because you're shit. Look at the level of performance. You had one shot on target, fair play, it was a goal. But apart from that, against a shocking Everton team, you're telling me this man is meant to be the next Pep. I can put cones down for Pep. That don't mean I'm going to be Pep Guardiola. Like Arteta for me.
Me?
We need to revisit the manager rankings. We need to revisit that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you guys put draw and lost.
Oh yeah, brother. Kojo, we're gonna come to you. I'm directing this to all the Arsenal fans that are celebrating because Arteta won the Oli Lampard debate. Shove that debate up your ass. They won the Champions League, and we've got a football genius. You lot stick to that fraud that you've got. It doesn't mean Jack.
Usman, you're spitting. Preach.
You're not gonna move anywhere. I've seen this film.
Preach.
I tried to tell Arsenal fans, I've seen this film. This is Man United under Oli. That's what you guys are living through now. Some fans will be like, yeah, progress. We're 7th. We finished 8th last season. I tell you, it's a dark tunnel. You ain't getting out until Arteta's out. So, Kojo, on that note, what are your thoughts, my guy?
Kojo, before you go, I want to say, look, I'm sorry, we'll swap Steven Gerrard with Arteta in the table. Arteta can go bottom 3. Gerrard can go 14th for whether we put Arteta.
Hey, you know what it is, Look what Arsenal do to my people, man. KO is just there, not looking happy. My housemate, Alex, my cousin, he's just taking a pointless walk to Asda. Apparently he's going to go buy corned beef. I don't know what for.
Corned beef,
This is what Arsenal are doing to my people. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I didn't even get to watch the game because I was in the gym, but I saw 1-0 Arsenal. I was thinking, yeah, it's Everton. And then I think I got a notification. And I saw the Mara Gray's name. I was like, oh, what, equalizer? I saw 2-1. I was like, huh? Wait, hold on. Everton are 16th, fam. What? Hold on, what? I'm like, wait, so Everton haven't won in 8 games, and the team to give them 3 points had to be North London Red. Oh,
Kojo, it could have been 4-1. They had 2 goals chalked off, and they were so tight, both offsides. Richarlison, so tight. It could have been 4-1. Simple.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, in that case, what I can say is this: okay, I came and Usman decided to be Jadakiss for the day. All I can say is this: look, we laugh at other clubs for their hilarity, and Arsenal tend to be a club that we laugh at a lot. But Mourinho said it, Wenger, Sats Ferguson said it, plenty of managers have said it. Man, this is just Arsenal being Arsenal. It's done. That's it. So. Mourinho called Arsene Wenger a specialist in failure. It might be the whole club, you know.
Listen, these man flew a banner. They paid actual real money to fly a banner saying Wenger out for this. For progress, 8 to 6 is progress now. Listen, Kevin, let's move on from Arthur because I feel sorry for Cahil. He is the homie after all.
And look what you did, man.
No, bro. Usman didn't do this. Arsenal done
this. I feel sorry for you. I want to give you empathy. I feel sorry for you.
Can we just get an Arteta out, Cahil, though, before we move on?
No, fam. No, here's the thing. Okay, I'll answer both questions. Lawless. I've never not been Arteta out.
Yeah, but I feel like you don't really say it with your chest.
No. I've said it with chest.
He says it with his chest. See,
you backpedaled a little bit this season, though. Be real, come on.
Backpedaled a little bit.
When you had that little run. When you went on that little run,
it wasn't a little run. Yes, we scraped victories against who is it? Norwich, Burnley. But we convincingly beat Leicester.
Crystal Palace according to Lacazette. You see his celebration against Crystal Palace.
Brother, you keep mentioning these things. We're gonna talk about. If you keep mentioning these players, then we're gonna talk about this club for the entire episode. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Okay, you take a breather, and let's go on to the other teams in London. West Ham against Chelsea. So the way it's going to work, Kojo, just because you're joining us, I'm going to ask one person a question, and then anyone else wants to jump on. I'm going to start with you, Kevin. Obviously, it makes sense because I know Lawless. When he gets going, Lord, he's going to send fire everyone. But yeah, Kevin, your team lost. Well, what did you make of the performance? It's quite evident that Chilwell was a miss, but overall, how are you feeling as a Chelsea fan?
I'm not really surprised. Like, obviously, Chilwell not playing is a big effect, but we still did enough to win. Like, we should have done enough to win. Like, obviously, Mendy costed us, in my opinion, like at least 2 times. I don't think so. Until that mistake, I don't think so. West Ham were really in the game like that. But I was so frustrated. I was so frustrated because we shouldn't have lost that. At minimum, a draw at the end. Like, because obviously right now, like I would never ever underestimate West Ham at all. I would never ever do that. But that Chelsea team I feel like we should have done enough to at least a draw minimum. Because just in general, if you want to be challenging for the league, you gotta win these games. But even for me, I'm quite realistic as a Chelsea fan. I don't think so. I never count us in the title race in general, due to some of the circumstances we kind of go through, or like I don't think so. Chelsea as a club we're well equipped to win that title, but West Ham, poor performances everywhere. Obviously, Lukaku came up. Yeah, because like Lukaku, Rudiger, for some reason, when he plays against West Ham, I don't know what happens.
Yeah, he loses his head.
I just don't know what happens when he plays for Sam. To me, it wasn't Thiago Silva's best game. I got to give credit to Antonio, Bowen. They did their thing. James being James, he was quite normal. Mendy, he's been quite shaky the last couple of days as well. But I don't know, obviously against United, that ball away to Fred, he's been getting away with it.
It's Sancho.
It's just annoying, man.
Things, do you know what I mean? Sancho broke him, and it's just one of the things. Yes, the man from gets into yes. Lawless, listen, I can see you're ready to go. After Lawless has gone, whoever fancies it, jump in basically because it's a free for really. Lawless, the floor is yours, my guy. What are your thoughts?
Where do I even begin? Where do I even begin? There are so many people I need to send for. People that played on the pitch, people that are here today.
Let's go, Lawless. I'm ready. I know you're coming from me. I know.
Let's give the background. I mean, look, we drew against Brighton. We narrowly lost against Man City. Wolves beat us, but narrowly. I weren't worried because I could, you know what I mean? I could see how things were going. Man City, champions of England, all of this, right? My timeline, right? After these results, first people in my mentions, Patrick Tones, without fail. We're coming. That's it. You guys are done now. We're coming to overtake you. We're finishing up every day, right? Chelsea game comes full time. Silence. No Spurs fans anywhere to be seen. I'm like, where are these guys? I had to go after them and check they were okay. I had to see if they were right. I mean, right. And this is the thing. Kish as well was all up in there in the group chat. Everyone's like, yeah, now fans are in the stadium now. You're finding out West Ham are getting found out. You're gonna drop now. And what happens? We play Chelsea and we win 3-2. Same way we beat Liverpool 3-2. With injury, and people talk about Chilwell, right? And I'm not saying Kevin was saying, there's no Kevin, obviously, right? He was talking about the performance on the pitch, but there's a lot of Chelsea fans that saying, we didn't have Chilwell. We lost Ogbonna, we lost Creswell, Johnson went off injured, Zuma went off injured. So people can't say like, oh, well, you wouldn't play full strength Chelsea. Like, this was a much more weakened West Ham. And we went out and we got the job done. And Bowen was unbelievable. Bowen was terrorizing their defense. The one thing, like I was saying in the game, he needs to work on his finishing. And he went and he has a brilliant finish, but he was pressing from the front. He was causing them all sorts of trouble. Antonio weren't even his best game, but he goes and gets an assist. Like, honestly, that performance, I know, like, obviously, this is Chelsea. They've got like hundreds of millions of pounds worth of talent to have the majority of the possession. But we created some big chances. So we can't even say like, oh yeah, West Ham, they just they got lucky here and there. Lukaku comes on the pitch. Now, people, if you know Lukaku's history with West Ham, you know this guy scores against us relentlessly. Now, let's talk about progress. Let's talk about progress, because this is the first time this guy has faced us and he's not put a ball past us. David Moyes, and that's real progress, right? This guy didn't do nothing. But the real king came on the pitch for Masuaku. I don't care.
God. Now, come on. Now, this is where I had to stop you. You got lucky with that one. Come on.
No. Yeah, but you got to create your own luck.
Yeah, I get it. But I'm disappointed, Kev. I'm a Tottenham fan. I was rooting for you guys to beat West Ham, man, because West Ham have been the amount of West Ham fans that have been piping up on my timeline recently, especially Lawless as well. I was like, please, Chelsea, just beat them.
Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea. I wanted Chelsea to batter West Ham just because. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so basically.
I quote tweeted him. I think I don't think I quote tweeted you one time. There was something anyway. I shared on Twitter, or I replied a quote tweet. All of a sudden, all these West Ham fans were coming from Thatcher.
Yeah. And since then, I've hated West Ham. So it's because of you, Lawless. West Ham fans. But
I got to say one last thing, right, about that B-Tech Declan Rice, Mason Mount. The guy,
Oh, come on. They don't even play the same position. Stop it. They don't even play the same position.
I don't care if they play the same. He's Declan Rice's little brother, mate. He's Declan Rice's little brother. He's coming up giving it all this year.
Listen, that was a quality finish. Come on. That was a quality finish. Yeah, but give him his credit. Give him his credit.
Celebrate it, but you're giving it all of this business and all of that, And now how much of a fool do you look like now? He was crying at full time. Like, come on. Giving it all of this.
This is why West Ham need to be quieted, because they're just getting a bit too leery.
But you can't, that early in the game, you're giving it all of that business. Like, celebrate by all means, but you're goading the fans and
it's West Ham Chelsea. Come on, it's a big London derby.
It's too early to do that. You make yourself like an idiot.
But it was a quality goal though, so you're gonna celebrate.
After that finish,
give it all of this. Pump your chest, like celebrate, to give it all of that. But to turn around to our fans, and be like, "What are you saying now? Like, what are you saying?"
Yeah. No, he got it. And that's football, isn't it? He got it. He got it. But no, it's annoying.
He's learned a lesson. We taught him a lesson that day.
Yeah.
Honestly. Don't count out West Ham. We don't know.
Nah, you know what? To be fair, like giving you your credit, and Dan, if you're honest, you all know that when you guys were cool, I was giving you lot your props. When West Ham fans were decent, I was saying West Ham are the second best team in London. They finished above Tottenham. They finished above Arsenal last season. I said it. A lot of Arsenal fans jumped on me. Like, what are you talking about, West Ham? I said, listen, they're a good team. But the reason why I've turned on West Ham recently is because the fans have been getting a bit too cocky. But,
no, because you lot was coming out here like as soon as that Wolves game happened, you guys piped up like all of a sudden this confidence Tottenham had is like, this is it. We're gonna finish above them. We've got games in hand. And then the Man City, I couldn't believe it. The Man City game, we lost to Manchester City.
Yes, a loss is a loss, my guy. A loss is a loss. A loss is a loss.
And the thing is, you're holding on to this thing of like, okay, if you lose this game or we win our 2 games in hand, we're going to be above you. That don't mean anything to me. You guys can be above us for however long you want to be, but the end of the season is a different result. Last season, you were above us, I think, up until the last 2 games. And what happened?
Well, it's a new season.
We're in the Europa League.
Yeah, well, exactly. But we'll see. I still stand by. I still think Tottenham finish above West Ham this season. But I've got to give you your credit. You're a good team, man. And I did say that. I've always said that. I'm not going to flip flop. I said it to a lot of to everyone that knows football. I said, listen, West Ham are a good team, and right now they're the second best team in London.
So someone who didn't say that was Cahil. When I was telling him. Not West Ham.
Oh no!
Okay, Cahill. Okay.
We're doing this again.
When I was explaining to Cahill why West Ham finished above Arsenal, man was not having it because of the name. So please elaborate, Cahill, after this weekend's results, if you still agree with that initial statement that Arsenal.
That might state that Arsenal have better players than West Ham. Yes, I did.
You stated that Arsenal, as it stands, are currently in a better situation than West Ham.
I didn't say that. I didn't say they were in a better situation.
I said I think West Ham will finish above Arsenal because I think West Ham consistently have been better than Arsenal. And then you kept saying, why are you discounting Arsenal? This is the reason why I discount Arsenal and praise West Ham, because West Ham have shown me that they're competitive against the bigger clubs, not just against the Norwiches of the world and the Brightons of the world.
Okay.
They're competitive.
So let's use this. Are West Ham better than Manchester United?
Under Ollie, absolutely,
Okay. There we go. Yeah, cool.
You
change the goalpost.
There's nothing to hide about that.
Change the goalpost.
Ollie's shocking. I mean, that's why you lot were singing Ollie's at the wheel and we were singing Ollie out. So
you gotta give Ragnick time. You can't judge him like that. Like, okay, he wouldn't say.
I'm not judging Ragnick.
No, but I'm saying we can't.
We'll at the end of the season. You know what I mean? Like if he takes
Here's the thing. If I say let's see at the end of the season where Arsenal are, I get all this.
Because we've seen what Arteta is. We know Arteta. We know what Arteta's about. But the thing is, we can't discount that Man United have world-class players. They had a manager who weren't experienced, but what I'm saying is, let's give Ragnick a bit. If Ragnick goes on a crazy run, they start battering teams and playing good football, then maybe you can say they're better than West Ham. Because, they've got Ronaldo.
We'll come back to mine because I don't want to swear. I do not want to miss this one topic before we move on. So again, it's open to anyone who wants to take it. Lukaku, 100 million, no goals in 10 games.
Yikes!
What our thoughts is Lukaku? What's happened to Lukaku? Basically, that is the question. I'm not saying he's a flop. I know it says in the title, but it is what it is. What has happened to Lukaku so far? Because every time he scored, rival fans were tagging me in the compilations of his goals or clips of his goals, like I own Lukaku or something. So apparently, I've got an agenda, so I might as well run with it. So. What's happening with Lukaku at the moment? Because for me, what I saw was when he came on the pitch, Chelsea looked worse. That's what I saw.
But to be fair, he's been injured for such a long time, right? He's just coming back, so you gotta be fair. He's not really been in any sort of form or had any consistent run. So in a couple of games, let's judge him. Right now, you can't really judge him. New team, got injured, been out for a while. Yeah, but Yeah. Let's hear it.
Lukaku,
Go on, Kevin.
Sorry, Kev. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Lukaku doesn't fit the system. Obviously, right now, this is one thing I always tell Chelsea fans. The reason why sometimes I don't hear excuses for Lukaku is because if you look at our players now, a lot of our players are managing. Like at one point, I remember last season, people weren't happy with James. They went unsure with Chilwell. So we have a system where it's like right now, because of the different profile of players, we have a system that everyone's kind of managing. With Lukaku, he's just gonna have to try more and more and more. Obviously, like there's times where he must have came on. Normally, we'll play actually proper football when the Kai Havertz is on the pitch. Rudiger must have pumped it onto Lukaku straight away because obviously target man business, all of that. I think it's up to Tuchel to actually use him properly. But obviously, right now, everyone can laugh. Everyone can laugh. But I know that he's gonna bag. He will score. He will get his goals. It's just not gonna be pretty.
Why would they, Kevin? Can I just ask a quick question? Like, why would you drop 100 mil on a player? Like, and look, we know he's a class player, but even if you can see that player isn't perfect for your system, it doesn't fit you to a T, and this guy really fits it.
If you look at Chelsea and the way we've done our business, we just buy without thinking. Like we don't actually buy thinking this can suit. When we got Havertz, when we got Werner, they were buzzing around the transfer news. Lukaku was obviously with Lukaku. It's like okay, cool. Haaland was the main target. We didn't get him. He was a backup. But a lot of the time, we buy players who we don't really scout. We don't really scout. The only one I can say that we proper scouted for was Mendy, and that's through Czech. A lot of our players, it's the most obvious transfer. That's why we come to, and also we sack a lot of our managers. So obviously Tuchel's come in now. He's got a system, and a lot of players are just trying to make do. Me personally, obviously, a lot of people don't rate Werner, but with Werner, believe it or not, his movement is very, very good, and I feel like his movement fooled a lot of Chelsea fans, thinking that because he's missing all these opportunities, Lukaku will get them, he will score. I've told Chelsea fans time and time again, when Lukaku comes, he's going to struggle. It was very clear that we have a creativity issue. We should have invested someone like him. I was speaking to Danny the other day, like we haven't even got match winners in our squads. Like Lukaku was not needed whatsoever, but obviously he's here now, so Tuchel's gonna have to find a way.
Are you saying? I'm just throwing out there. Are you saying that Werner is better suited to the system than Lukaku? I'm just throwing it out there.
That's true. Though.
Oh no, 100%. But with Werner, it's so bad because he keeps missing. But even under Lampard, play him anywhere, he will always get opportunities to score. That's just Werner. He knows where to be, right place, right time. Lukaku, whether that's manager instructions or not, he's very, very static. Obviously, people talk about for Belgium, that's not the case. Antonio Conte spoke about him not getting used properly. It's just very, very frustrating because I'm telling you right now, if Lukaku wasn't on the pitch, this season, we'll still be where we are. We're not because of Lukaku. We weren't up top because of Lukaku. And that's very, very worrying. And the one thing I said yesterday is, with Werner, with Havertz, with a lot of players, the excuses came in later on. Lukaku's probably played like 10, maybe even less games in the Prem. And the excuse has been insane. It's even before he got injured. That's the thing. Obviously now it looks like, given time, etc., he went through his injury. But even before he got injured, there were discussions about it. It was up to Tuchel because we spent 100 million and he's 28, so sale value is not good either. So we'll see what happens. But it's not looking good right now.
Fair enough. I mean, I could see and criticize him, but I think we'd be all night. Kojo, I'm going to pass it to you, and then we're going to move on and speak about Spurs, and then we'll get into Man United and obviously some of the other teams. Kojo, what are your thoughts on Lukaku at the moment? Do you think it's a bit harsh to criticize him? For me personally, as someone who's Prem proven, he's proved it in the Prem already. He should be, hitting the ground running to the extent.
I haven't been a big fan of Lukaku. I think you guys have heard me say it time and time again. For me, he's not a big game player. When it comes to big games, he doesn't really perform, doesn't get the goals or the more important goals in the way when he scored in bigger games. But when it comes to this whole Chelsea one, my thing is, I think Tuchel originally did have a plan for him. I think it was a case of having a more focal point, someone that can sort of use strength, be a target man, but also kind of just get on to the end of crosses and stuff. So like against Arsenal, you saw how they were playing wide a little bit and Reece James would ping it in. I thought they were trying to look for that kind of system. But the issue with Lukaku is, and I don't know the guy, so I can't really say his gospel, but I feel like the guy feels like he's better than he is. And he tries to do
you could definitely say that. Have you seen his interviews?
I hear it. I hear it still.
No,
you hear it, yeah. And he tries to do a lot more.
One thing, just to what you just said. Sorry to interrupt you, but no, I took it personally. No, when he went to Ronaldo and whispered in his ear like he's some big time, bro. That shit, yeah. Who is he to go and chat to Ronaldo? Like it's like imagine LeBron James is going to just got into the NBA, bro. Like relax, bro.
Usman, look, hear me out. Like, look, all right, cool. Playing for Everton and West Brom essentially, and then obviously some from Man United. He cleared 100 Premier League goals fast, so he's got goal scoring pedigree. For Belgium, I think he's the all-time top goal scorer now. He's got goal scoring pedigree. He's got goals in him, but when you think you're better than you are, you start to do a lot more than you're capable of. And the thing with Inter Milan was he had the perfect partner in Lautaro Martinez. So their link up was perfect for Inter Milan. It was perfect for Conte. At Chelsea, you ain't got that. And what Kevin said about Werner is true, because with Werner, he'll miss a bag of chances forever. But the thing is, right place, right time. And when he's not scoring, for some reason last season, he was still creating chances and assisting goals. So he's doing
something. He does something.
Yeah, he's doing something that helps the team go forward and progress. Lukaku doesn't offer that. So if he's not scoring goals right now, I don't know what he's doing. He came off the bench against West Ham and did literally his best John Cena impression. It's just what it is.
Oh my days.
He's not the guy. So me personally, Chelsea can't really sell him for the same price, but I think in about 2 or 3 years he'll be going to Chelsea again. Personally.
Goodman, you see Lukaku, why didn't it really work out at United? Because obviously, looking at first season on the jersey, I thought it was alright. Pardon?
No, because we didn't play to his strengths, basically. I don't think he's a bad striker, but you have to kind of build a team around him to get the best out of him. I feel like Man United definitely did not do that. And at the moment, it's seeming like Chelsea aren't doing that for whatever reason. I mean, you can't play with a fluid attack, don't you? And Lukaku doesn't really suit a fluid front three. He's more of a number 9 in terms of a traditional number 9 to an extent. Not in terms of back to goal, but he wants the ball played through, so he's running, facing the goal, and that's not happening at Chelsea. He needs to be a bit more intricate with his style of play. So Lukaku, he will bag goals, but I don't understand why it's not working, to be fair.
Do you think you would have been better off getting, and I know he's been terrible lately, but I think that's Spurs tax, but getting Harry Kane, like,
how can it be Spurs tax if Harry Kane is Harry Kane because of Spurs? So you can't. You see how these lot will try and remix it. Yeah, he's been shit, but come on, he made his name at Tottenham.
But he's been shit because he don't want to be at Tottenham, though. That's
fair enough. That's different. I get that.
Yeah. Like, he don't want to be there, but that's why I feel like if he had his move, he would still be Harry Kane.
I think
if Chelsea went, we're going to spend this 100 mil and maybe add a bit more on top, whatever they want, 100. And actually got Kane, could that have been like that difference that seals the league for you if you did go out and get him?
Yeah, shout out to Georgie and spotted in the chat. The fact that people are talking Sancho but not Grealish when he was 100 million. Listen, Suna said, it's normal for a 100 million player to get 4 assists when he was talking about Pogba, but no one's talking about more goals than Grealish.
Agendas. That's all it is. Agendas.
Suna, just come on and say
Jack Grealish,
Listen, Fred Grealish is just a common knowledge, isn't it? Chuck Kevin De Bruyne in there as well. But anyways, Patrick, let's come to you. Obviously, nice segue to Spurs. Obviously, you came back to life as soon as you heard Kane. That's like me when someone mentions Pogba.
There you go.
So I can't hate on it. But my question to you is, again, obviously this is up to the floor. Are Spurs kind of going under the radar to an extent? And have you actually seen progress under Conte?
Well, you know what? I'm happy for us to go under the radar because, to be fair, at the moment, we haven't done much. Yeah, we've won games that we're supposed to win. But it's a good feeling considering under Nuno, we were losing games left, right, and centre. Winning games 1-0, getting battered 3-0. So when Nuno left, our goal difference was atrocious. It's on that -6. So now we're just winning games that we're supposed to win. Obviously, the football's got a bit better. We're keeping clean sheets, but we're just doing things that a team of our stature should be doing. But it is good to see a quality managers come in, Players are looking better. Obviously, we're creating more, getting shots on target, scoring goals, and we're winning games. Like, when we played our first game against Everton away, we drew 0-0, and Arsenal fans were quick to banter me and, you lot are still crap. There's been no difference, no shots on target. Look what happens today when they go to Goodison Park. And this is, it's actually, you couldn't write this shit, innit? You couldn't even make it up.
I feel like every time I come into the podcast, I feel like I'm catching streets. I'm looking at Arsenal fans in the same. I'm Arsenal fans, bro. I'm tired, man.
But yeah. Sorry, Kay. The thing is, Kay, I'm sorry, man. You're one of the good ones. You don't even really talk that shit.
No,
Wait,
Patrick, you can't do that. You can't shoot shots.
Yeah,
You're one of the good ones.
Badgie shot him and said, "Yeah, I apologize."
Yeah, Cahill is one of the good ones, but this season he's kind of brought it on himself.
Man. But going back to we're just winning the games we're supposed to win. We've got a few tougher fixtures coming up, so I'll see how we fare there. Now that Conte's had a bit of time to basically, flex his muscles and sort the squad out or sort the team out. I still think a top 6 finish is where we should finish this year. I can't see us getting top 4. The teams above us are there for a reason, and they are really good. I always said it all season, even when United were struggling under Ollie, you guys will replace Ollie at some point and get top 4 because your squad is that good. And you have good players. Obviously, a competent manager will get you guys playing already. Ragnick, 1 week or even just a couple of days, you already see how you guys lined up against Crystal Palace, how you were pressing in numbers, winning the ball back a lot smoother and quicker, and obviously kept a clean sheet. Yeah, you only won 1-0, but it was a good 1-0. But yeah, I still expect Tottenham to finish 5th or 6th. We need to get Kane firing. That is a concern for me. He's looked a lot better in recent weeks. His movement has been better. His hold-up play, to be fair, as a striker, he's done a lot of good stuff, but ultimately your number 9 needs to score goals, and he hasn't been doing that. So that is a concern, but he's looked a lot sharper and better. But yeah, so far so good, man. Since Conte's played in the Prem, he hasn't lost a game. So we just got to keep moving. And like you said, Usman, just go under the radar, just keep continuing to get those wins and see where it takes us. We're up to 5th now, and we've done it quietly. So I'm happy.
You got a game in hand as well, too.
Yeah, there you go. So it's been okay. It's been okay. It's been decent.
I mean, it's nice. It's really refreshing to hear a level head on a football fan, because if a certain other club's fan base was doing what our Spurs are doing, with
what
the game
Spurs were doing.
What Spurs are
Right then.
What Spurs
Don't bite.
are doing.
Oh, I have to bite, bro. This Everton result is fucking pissing me off. I'm biting.
Kanos.
Look, all I'm going to say is if a certain other fan base were in Spurs' position, they would be saying, yeah, we're coming top 4. But it's good to see that, you got a bit of realism in there, and obviously...
and even, I've got to be honest, I counted West Ham out. I said that they would start dropping points, and they haven't. I mean, yes, they've dropped some points, but they beat Chelsea. I didn't expect that.
They're beating Chelsea and Liverpool, I think.
And there you go. So they're still there. So even then, that's another team to add to the mix. So yeah, man, I don't see us finishing top 4, but I think we'll finish top 6.
Okay. I mean, you've led me on nicely to the topic, which is top 4. Obviously, we will discuss Man United if we've got time. It's not that
fair enough.
Because myself and Kojo are going into detail tomorrow on the podcast. But the topic is who's finishing top 4. I know, really, really thought out of the box there. But I want to just throw this caveat in, right? All West Ham get massively disrespected because I feel like their name is coming above everything else. Like, of course, Arsenal are a bigger club than West Ham, banner aside. And of course, Spurs, by the past 10 years, have consistently finished above West Ham as well. But out of all those teams, West Ham surely are the best suited to really push Man United to that top 4 spot, because I feel like they're the only consistent team. Like Arsenal, Spurs, Man United to the extent as well. We're unbelievably inconsistent. So my thoughts are West Ham massively getting overlooked? Obviously, I'll let anyone who wants to take that first.
Yeah, I think I'll just quickly touch on it. Yeah, they are. If the name was different, if the name on the tin was different, you would definitely say West Ham were finishing top 4. So to be fair, yeah. But also last season, they was in the top 4 for a long time, and they fell out basically in the back end of the season as well. So you've got to take that into consideration. But like I said, I've got to give them their credit. They beat Liverpool and Chelsea recently. So I said again?
I was saying Declan Rice injury.
Yeah,
From
I
when
know.
Declan Rice got injured.
Yeah, it made a big
over.
difference.
That cost us, for sure, man.
Yeah,
that Rice injury that come at the worst possible time, and then he comes back and scores against Everton in the last game of the season, and then Sills is finishing above Spurs. Like, it's just true though, because a lot of the media now, I'm seeing all these top 3 tables, all these cutting, so they stop at 3, and it's
that's mad.
When is this? Because West Ham are 4th now, we have to talk about here's the top 3 teams, and like you said, it's consistency. I shared the thing in the group today where it was something like, if in the last 40 games, any game that we've lost, we've never lost by more than 1 goal. And that just shows you that no team is turning us over, no team's battering us. Like, we're always staying in the game. And it's that level of consistency that I think does make us a big threat to that 4th position. I'm not saying we're definitely going to get it. Like, I have to see more from Man United, but Man United are the team right now that I'm most worried about, just because of what those players are capable of. And but yeah, obviously injuries are going to play a part, but any team can pick up injuries. And January's around the corner. If we get Lingard, we get a striker, I'm feeling quite confident that we have what it takes to either get it or get close.
I don't think so. There's a threat personally. I just feel like the top 4 team, United, Chelsea, Liverpool, City. I feel like the quality difference is just we're slowly just, and obviously the Ragnick as well. Because deeply, like with Oli, they were bad, but even if Oli Oli stayed, I wouldn't have been surprised if United somehow made it. Because it's just Oli in it, but obviously now Ragnick is here, it's game over. Even the fixtures now as well, very promising. I don't really see anyone pushing.
I don't think we should be looking upon Ragnick though as is a guarantee. Obviously, look, they looked good.
It's too early to say, isn't it, really?
Yeah, they look good against Palace, but
it's too early to.
Oli had them games in it where they look good and they'd be attacking.
Did he?
There were come on, man. There were times when you were. What was it? Was it this season where you battered Spurs? Was it Spurs you battered
that's Spurs defeat.
Yeah.
They're literally
Leeds. No, but I'm saying you we need to give him a few games, because imagine now if you go and lose your next game and your defense just goes to pieces or whatever. Some people work out your press or whatever.
I agree.
But no, you're right. It is a good sign. That I feel like they're favourites. For me.
Yeah.
For me, the only thing is just that Ragnar is a way better manager than Oli. It's not even close. From that alone, and considering, I think the Ronaldo, the Brunos, they've got players that will step up as well. So, as well, I feel like them 4 will just, But we'll see. You never know. We actually never know. The Prem's crazy nowadays, so we'll see.
I mean, look, obviously you got to win your games. But I was wondering, Cahil, before I come to you, Kojo. Cahil, what do you reckon? Are you still confident Arsenal got a chance? What do you reckon? Or do you think it's between Spurs, Spurs, West Ham, and Man United?
We absolutely have a chance. I'm not discounting us. There we go.
What chance, though? How much of a chance?
Maybe 20%.
Hey, mathematics.
10%.
10%.
I said 20. We got 20%.
20%. Wow. Okay.
20%. Wow.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay. 1 in 5, even though there's only 4 teams available. All right, fair enough. Good maths. I love to see it. Kojo, what are your thoughts? You've been very quiet, my guy. What are your thoughts on?
I'm just enjoying the carnage, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Listen, this Cahil's never been this upset, man. I love it. I'm absolutely loving it.
Oh no,
bro. You've not seen me upset about Arsenal, bro. You've not seen.
Oh no, I've seen
literally,
it worse. Literally,
Usman, all you gotta do is go on Spotify and type in 40-minute Arsenal, and the only thing that comes up is Cahil's rant on our podcast, and that's it. You won't find anything.
Oh, jeez. I need to watch that. I'm
going to need you guys to start doing the watch-alongs on 3 in midfield again, man.
I know, man.
I want to see
Cahil watching Arsenal games live. I want to see that. I want to see the capitulation in his face, live on the thing.
Soon come. All right, top 4 quickly. To be honest, if I'm going to be brutally honest, I think it's between Tottenham, West Ham, and Man United. The reason why I put Arsenal out of that right now is because I did not expect them to lose to this Everton. I'm sorry, but it shocked me That's why I came talking that nonsense because it shocked me. Genuinely,
I mean, it didn't shock me. I said it on Friday.
No, you said it, but bruv, like,
I believed it.
Everton.
Yeah, no, I can't lie. I was even saying it to Usman earlier. I was like, I hope Everton win, but I couldn't see it. I thought Arsenal.
Take a draw.
I thought Arsenal would beat them. I can't lie. I thought Arsenal would beat Everton. Are so bad, and Arsenal,
I thought Arsenal were going to win.
Yeah, same. I thought, like, all jokes aside, I thought Arsenal were going to win today.
Exactly.
I'm shocked. And the thing is,
Arsenal going to win today. I thought Arsenal going to bloody win.
That's what I was saying to my cousin, like, look, I know Arsenal. Even in the past at times, Everton have caused you trouble, but this Everton, there's no way you're losing this game. So when I was like, nah, you're taking the mick. But the reason I put Tottenham into that is because they are getting results, and I don't think it's going to be sustained. Don't get me wrong. I think they're going to have the ups and downs as per usual, but they're there right now. Conte's starting to get results bit by bit, and he's starting to let the fullbacks, like I'm saying, like. He's making Ben Davies do what Darmian did last season for him, and I'm starting to get a bit rattled by it. And because Ben Davies is terrible,
he's awful, but he's been good. Since Conte's come in, he's looked a lot better, but he's still shit. He's not the answer.
West Ham.
Conte works all the time. He can do it.
Yeah,
exactly. West Ham are in good form, and to be fair to Moyes, I think he's managing the squad quite well as well. But they do have to probably invest in a centre back or two in January because one is out long term. I don't know about what's his name?
Diop.
I'm not sure about Diop still. As for United, look, at the end of the day, and by the way, Usman, when you start a petition to start banning a certain name being said on this show, you know which name I'm talking about. He's not here no more. Leave him in 1999. We've got a better manager now, so hopefully we can press better and do more better things. Yes, he's redacted on my phone now. I don't spell his name properly. It's asterisk E. No more.
You're not saying his name at all.
Just a quick touch on West Ham.
We've got the quality to get there. So yeah, fourth.
What are you saying, Kevin?
Just a quick touch on West Ham. I saw a stat that West Ham have only used 13 players, and now I don't know how accurate it is, but if that's the case, then that they've not in terms of like rotation, they've not exactly rotated a lot.
You mean in the league? In the
league, anyways.
Yeah.
So if that's the case,
is that legit?
Is that a worry for you?
No, it can't be legit now because they've had injuries and they've brought some more players in.
Maybe.
I guess if you were talking about starting, if you're talking about when it comes to starting, because obviously like subs in it, we've had different players come on as subs. Maybe if you're talking about starting, I wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't far off that. But Moyes has said he likes to work with a small squad. He prefers it, so that wouldn't surprise me massively. But yeah, could be.
I look. I know I've been gassing West Ham up, but I'd be surprised if West Ham finished the top four. I genuinely would. Like,
I'll be shocked. I'm
sure most of us will be, but the reason I don't even know where I place you in our prediction. I feel like it's very low in the table. That 7th or 8th, I think I placed you. But the main reason being is because of the Europa League, which is the one thing you guys have dealt with fantastically well at the moment. But I do think it's going to catch up with you.
We ain't got a game until March in the Europa.
No, I agree. No, it's fair. Well, either way, it's a long way of it. But I do think it'll catch up with you if you obviously go long into that competition or into the depths of the competition. But at the same time, you've got to respect West Ham. But with you lot you're just one injury away. Like an Antonio injury again. I don't know which injury or anyone, but you're literally an Antonio injury away from God knows like where you're going to be. You need to get.
I think it's Declan Rice, man.
Yeah, Declan Rice.
Declan Rice is obviously very key as well.
His goals are dried up as well, but injuries can happen to anybody.
Like you could say if Ronaldo gets injured.
Yeah,
like,
hey.
No, but the thing is with Man United again. It's not the same. If Ronaldo gets injured, for example, just our squad, we've got Cavani that can replace him.
Take Ronaldo, right? Say Ronaldo, say he got injured, he hadn't played all them games. You guys would probably be bottom half.
I know, but again, you need to understand other players would have come in. I'm Ronaldo's biggest fan, but Kojo knows that, so I'm not going to sit here and disagree with you. But look, for me, if Ronaldo gets injured, we've got Cavani, Martial, Greenwood, Rashford. I mean, we've got options.
Martial.
We've got.
He always mentions Martial. He has to get him in.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, I like what you said. That's good. That's good. I like
It just rolled off the tongue, innit? It rolled off the tongue.
Martial's got same amount of goals as Kane, but he's a model professional apparently. So
stop it. You can't even mention those two in the same bracket. Come on, let's not be cheeky.
Listen, Kane's got nothing, man. He ain't got nothing to show for anything, bro. Scoring goals at small clubs don't mean nothing. But listen,
Tottenham are not a small club, FYI. Definitely not a small club.
Why is that? What have you done? Carry
on.
Yes.
North London is suffering. What is this?
There's a reason why Kevs above you guys in this layout, because he's actually on the top tier of
here we go.
I thought this thing through. That's what said Kojo needs to be on the top. But it is where it is. But anyways, look, for me personally, I think West Ham, if they had a bigger squad, I think they would easily be finishing above Spurs and Arsenal this season. But I think Spurs will actually finish above them.
We can get one in January though. That's what I'm saying. We're getting a striker. We're getting Lingard.
Yeah, I mean, I just think Spurs, like, nobody's even paying any attention to them for starters. And I'm not going to say they're going to set the world alight, but I think they're just going to keep prodding along, getting points here and there. And like obviously Patrick said himself, they'll probably finish 5th or 6th. Whether West Ham is the other team in that conversation, obviously it remains to be seen. But I just feel like West Ham will falter at some point, not because of their name, but I think because they haven't got a big enough squad. Like January is very key to you guys.
I said Usman. I said that West Ham will probably not finish in the top 4 because they will go deep into the Europa League, and obviously David Moyes will take it seriously because it's a trophy that they can win. They finished top of their group.
The Europa League, flipping fair play.
Yeah, but they can legitimately go far in that, and I feel that he will prioritize that when it comes around. Of course, he will. He plays a strong squad regardless of who they play. It's pretty much like Dan says, the key 14, 15 players. So, rotation will be at a minimum, and I think that's what will cost them going deeper into the season.
And notoriously, every team that does well in the Europa League, Premier League team that is, I don't know about the other leagues, but the Premier League teams always struggle Thursday.
Yeah, they do. The Thursday, Sunday struggle does catch up with you.
West Ham have been fantastic so far. I'm not even taking that away from you whatsoever. Yeah. But at the same time, when you start to play the teams that start, they're pushing you to the wire, etc. Again, you're playing against some good teams, to be fair to you, in terms of that competition, but you've battered them. But when you start to get in those tighter games, it's going to be a bigger strain on your players, and then you have to play on Sunday. They're more prone to get injured. So I just think for that reason, that's why I would discredit West Ham. So basically, what I'm trying to gauge what people's thoughts are. So for me, I said Man United 4th, Spurs 5th. Which is probably a cop-out in Lawless's eyes, but it's fine. I'd say Spurs 5th, West Ham 6th, because I think they're still good enough to get into the top 6. Leicester 7th, Arsenal 8th, back to where they belong.
Osman.
Why are you guys not saying Leicester for?
Arsenal have to finish 6th this season. Arsenal need to finish 6th this season.
Bro, Leicester finished above Arsenal. Remember I said that. What's the date?
Why Leicester though? Why not Wolves? Like, why Leicester?
Leicester finished above Arsenal the last 2 years, right?
Leicester are finishing above Arsenal. I'm going to say
they have. But I'm not saying that they will this year. I don't think they will, personally.
They will. Shall I tell you why?
You think so?
100%. I'm 100% confident that Leicester will finish above Arsenal.
I'm not sure on that one,
Brendan Rodgers is going to get sacked very soon, yeah. They're going to get a new manager bounce. They've got quality and depth in that squad, yeah.
Who's the manager, though, that's available?
Yeah, but they've also got no striker right now. Vardy's not been firing for the past 2 years.
They got Daka. Daka looks all right, to be fair. Patson Daka looks decent.
Right, but is he going to be Vardy quality?
Iheanacho as well. They got Iheanacho.
Yeah.
They've had a good purple patch.
Yeah, but you can't say... You haven't got a striker either.
Yeah.
What's that?
The only competing against you haven't got a striker either.
Okay.
Okay. Look, that's just my personal opinion. Obviously.
That silence. It's tight.
Patrick, what's yours?
My top 4's been the same all season. I said Chelsea would win it, Man City 2nd, Liverpool 3rd, and I had Man United 4th. Even when people couldn't see it, I just said Man United have got too much quality and depth there, and they will get rid of Oli, which they've done now, and get a better manager. You what, sorry?
We're not
Kevin
winning
said
the
they're not
league.
winning the
Nah, you will. Chelsea will win the league. I really believe that. Man City second, Liverpool third, Arsenal fourth. Then I said it was a shootout between Arsenal and Tottenham for fifth and sixth, but I've changed my mind now, and I'm going to say it's a shootout. It's a shootout between West Ham and Tottenham for fifth and sixth.
Fair play.
Arsenal probably seventh, Leicester eighth, and then after that, it doesn't really matter. But that's my top six. Seven.
Cahill, if you do finish seventh, just make sure you don't lose to Mora next season.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, no, I've changed my mind. You know what? I wasn't respecting West Ham, I can't lie, and I said Arsenal will finish above them. But looking at the last couple of results, West Ham definitely finish above Arsenal. So yeah,
Fair.
Change.
Isn't it mad how Arsenal have? I was just saying, isn't it mad how Arsenal have no European football and we're still talking about Arsenal potentially finishing seventh?
I know, and they will. They're not finishing higher than that. No way. Not from what I've seen. They haven't improved. I generally thought they had improved, but after seeing today's results and the other games that they've just
The fact that the guy's not even talked about being sacked, like there's no like even
It's mad, isn't it?
There's literally no combo by him being sacked at all.
Yeah, like he's so comfortable in his job.
It's accepted, bro.
He's so comfy.
Bro, and that's what I keep saying, bro. The standards are like, it's that Man United. Like, I'm sure Kojo can relate to me. It's that seeing what happened to Man United. I'm seeing it happen to Arsenal, and they're not listening to me because I've literally been through this fucking film, and it's not gonna get
catching
better
strays again, bro. I'm catching
think-
strays again. I've been Arteta out for time. I've been Arteta out.
I think with Arteta.
Yeah, go.
So with Arteta, I feel like.
Yeah, go on, Kevin.
Oh, go on.
No, go on.
Also, with Arteta, I feel like because of the players, we've seen these players under different managers and they've done the same thing. Everyone's just thinking it's not Arteta's fault. The players have shown this before. He's just dealing with what he's got. But I do feel like a better manager can do something. Because if you look at Arsenal's players, they're not as bad as everyone's making out to be.
They're not bad.
Like if West Ham are
They are not bad at all.
with all due respect, Arsenal should be doing something.
We should be.
No, you're right. And they spent, and I said it as well, people keep forgetting they spent the most money this summer transfer window. People conveniently forget that. They spent a lot of money, man. And if you're looking at it, they haven't really improved. They were 8th last year, they're currently sitting in 7th. What's the difference? It's actually mad.
The difference is 7 days, actually, because last week I had improved. But on that note, okay, listen, I'm going to finish the show. I was going to get everyone else's predictions, obviously, from 4th down to 7th or 8th, whatever you put Arsenal. Kiel, we'll come to you. Obviously, everyone's going to have this. You've heard, man. What are your thoughts? Who's finishing 4th down to 8th?
I'll go 4th Arsenal, 5th West Ham, 6th Tottenham, and then 8th and 7th Man United. There you go.
Madness.
That's my list.
Madness.
You're trolling, didn't it?
Yeah. Usman, clip that. Usman, write down the time in this bit right here. Yeah, clip that.
Right.
Clip
it and bookmark it.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean what I'm doing? I'm pissed off. That's what I'm doing.
Listen, Patrick is Mr. Bookmark. I know he has a whole collection.
Trust me. There you go.
I appreciate the clickbait there, Kiel, but what's your actual...
there you go. Man United 4th, West Ham 5th, Arsenal 6th, Tottenham 7th.
Arsenal 5th. You said Arsenal 5th, sorry?
6th.
Okay, so sorry,
West Ham.
West Ham, and then
West Ham,
Tottenham,
Arsenal, Spurs. All right, fair enough. Okay.
Fair enough.
Patrick obviously didn't agree with that, but
Yeah, but
in the mud so bad.
yeah, I know. I'll be down bad if that happens.
You can reply if you want.
No. You know what? If that's his genuine opinion or predictions, fair enough, isn't it? We're gonna slightly differ. I don't agree, but it's cool. It's cool.
West Ham against some respect here, right? Lawless,
Yeah, no, you have to give West Ham respect after the last couple of weeks. You have to, man. You have to.
But Lawless, what's yours, my guy?
All right, I'm going to think with my head here. And I want to say what I genuinely think, but not with my heart. So let's speak about it. What, from 4th down or from top to bottom?
Do top to. No, do 1 to 8. Do 1 to 8.
Yeah. Do 1 to. I mean, Kiel didn't do his 1 to 8, but
all right.
it's
Man
up to you,
City. Yeah, Man City 1st, Liverpool 2nd, Chelsea 3rd, Man United 4th, West Ham 5th, Spurs 6th, Arsenal 7th, and then I'm going to say Wolves 8th.
Fair enough.
I mean, that's fairly accurate.
Yeah, sounds legit.
sounds legit. Kevin, go on. What you saying, G?
I got Liverpool first. I'm gonna stick to that. City second, Chelsea third, United fourth. Spurs will come fifth, in my opinion. Like I've seen what Antonio Conte doing for my club. I followed him. I believe they will come fifth at best. I back them to push United more than anything. West Ham sixth. That's even crazy. I'm even putting Arsenal seventh now after me saying all of that, and then eighth for Leicester. Leicester. I feel like everyone's underestimating Antonio Conte. Everyone's underestimating Antonio Conte.
I know. Do you know what? I think it's because their squad though. Like I feel like he's got a lot to deal with there with that team. If he had like a full pre-season and a window, like.
But we will get signings in January. And to be fair, once Kane starts for Kane, we're fifth right now with a game in hand, and Kane's done fuck all. If Kane starts doing something, he's done fuck all, literally.
It's true.
So
Big if.
It's true.
Kane is good enough to the goals will come. Like,
I mean, Kane's got the same amount of goals as Fred, isn't it? So
I know exactly. It's bad. But to be fair to Kane,
No, he doesn't. Fred has 2.
Oh, there you go. Kane's got 1. Yeah, so it's even. Yeah.
He scored against Leeds, didn't he?
Do you know what it is, Patrick? Though I feel like the difference is though he's not just sort of out of form because he's out of form or he's out of unlucky.
His
mentality, like if he's sort of like checked out, so it's like, is he gonna change that and feel like you know what? I don't want to go and be.
But you know what? In the last 2 games, the movement, everything's been there apart from the finishing. So I don't know, man. I think it could be a bit lazy to say he's checked out and that's it. I just think he's been unlucky because the movement's been there, the link-up play's been there, the hold-up play's been there. He just hasn't hit the back of the net.
But with a player of that quality, though, I don't think luck has anything to do with it. It's simply about he's checked out. He wants to leave. He can score goals again in the conference. He can score goals in cup competitions. But when it comes to the Premier League.
But what I'm trying to say is, with a yard or 2 on either side, and he's got 4 or 5 goals, would you lot still be saying the same thing? I know the margins are so fine, so that's what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong.
You could say that about Aubameyang.
I was literally about to say that.
No, but Aubameyang hasn't had good performances. When I look at Aubameyang playing, I wouldn't say he's had good performances. I've seen Kane play well.
I think,
but
how many good performances Kane had? I'm going to be honest. I don't watch Spurs enough because, to be honest, you're irrelevant, so I don't watch you lot. But.
Welcome to the show.
Nah, he's trying to get me to bite, but I'm not doing it.
Don't bite.
I know what was like. I know his tricks.
I'm the only one that bites here, man. Just leave it.
I'm surprised Cahil did. I think with Kane, you up a bit there.
I can't talk crud today.
I know, but I was trying to.
I cannot. You can't cheer me up, bro. Oh, that may have cheered me up, though.
My phone's.
I think with Kane.
But like regarding Kane, like obviously, look, he's a top quality player. But genuine question, like, how many games has he actually been doing well? Because I haven't really watched it all.
Probably the last 3 or 4, he's played well. He's definitely
hasn't everybody.
Who is in for Spurs?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say so. No, there's been players that have still had stinkers or not really played that well. Yeah, there's been players that have not played well when they played. But he does need to score. It is a concern, like I said earlier on in the show. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and lie. But I'm also going to be fair and say that he has played well, just not scored. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But if the right offer comes in January, sorry, say that again, Kev.
So I was saying, obviously, you've got Kane, but I feel like, me personally, I think Kane's going to get back to it. And then, in my opinion, I don't know about you, Patrick, but I don't think his Son's exactly been the Son we know what he can do.
Nah, he hasn't. Yeah, Son's not been, and it's gone under the radar because everyone's focusing on Kane. But only recently, again, Son's been good the last couple of games, but he had stinkers for the last 7-8 games before that. But it wasn't spoke about because obviously everyone's focusing on Kane. So if those two start firing, and we get more of that scoring like he did the other day, then we could cause some problems. But I think top 4 is a bit too much to ask for this year, but I do think we'll finish 5th or 6th.
What's the one injury that would derail you guys? Like that one injury where if that happens, like you could.
I would say it would probably be. You know what? People might laugh, but I'd probably say it'd be Oliver Skip. Skip gets injured. No, Usman, you're laughing. He's had 2 back-to-back man of the matches. He's a very good player.
If
I
you
know
said
he's young.
If you said Højbjerg, I might have agreed. If you said
No,
Højbjerg.
I think Skip adds a lot of steel in that midfield. He adds a lot of energy. He wins the ball back. He does a lot. He drives forward. He's very underrated. If you watch us play, he is quite key to our system. We've got players in all positions.
I was thinking this as well when you asked that question as well. Lawless
Yeah. No, I'm not even bantering. I'm being serious. Watch us, and you'll see that Skip adds a lot to our midfield, man. Especially if Skip's injured, because the way we play with our width and creativity comes from the wing backs. We don't have a creative player in the middle pulling strings and doing all of that. So obviously the width and the creativity and crosses comes from the wing backs. The midfield, we have Højbjerg sitting, Skip's driving forward and breaking up play. So we need that kind of steel there and that robustness, and that's what he's offering. So yeah, I would say right now it would be Skip, because if we lose Son or Kane or whatever, we've got players that can, obviously are not as good, but they can replace or fill in. But we don't have another CM that can do that. Winks is rubbish. Ndombele, for whatever reason, can't really get a tune. We can't get anything out of him. Lascelles,
apologies are owed by. That's what I'm going to say when it comes to Ndombele. Apologies are owed.
As in what you called it?
Well, no, we had a big debate on this about Ndombele and Souček on this channel last season.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, man.
Everyone laughed at me. They laughed at me, Patrick. To a man, yeah. Every single person on this channel were laughing. Well, I have to say, who's laughing now?
So Ndombele, yeah, and then Lo Celso, for whatever reason, just isn't the same Lo Celso we see at Argentina. Never does fuck all in the Spurs shirt, and he's always injured as well. So yeah, right. You lot might laugh, but if Oliver Skip goes down, we're in trouble because there's no one else that will come in and do his job.
I would have thought it couldn't have been Son. I'm not going to lie, but fair play.
But then Son's been streaky as well. If Son gets back to his best, then definitely Son.
Yes, you know what Son's man. That guy on the purple patch is unplayable, man.
Yeah, exactly. No, I hear you. But my theory was that even if Son is injured, God forbid, I don't want that to happen. We've got players that can step in. If Skip gets injured, there's no one that can come in and do what he's doing. That's how I look at it.
Who can step in for Son?
We've got. I don't know why you're smiling like that. And again, I'm not saying they would do that, but we've got Bergwijn. We've got.
My God.
Yeah. Listen,
that's not me. That's not me saying, Dele Alli can step in for
Son. No, but I'm not saying it's the same
that's
thing.
Like you say Martial can step in for Ronaldo.
I'll give you that one, Lewis. That was deep. Oh shit! Listen, I just want to finish on the last thing. Obviously, we've spoken a fair bit about different topics. Last thing I want to finish on is biggest flop of the season. I know I didn't actually tell anyone prior to the show. I probably should have.
Usman, is your criteria someone that got signed this summer or just in general?
That is a good question. I'm gonna because I've dropped it on you last second. I'm gonna let you just pick anyone.
Okay, cool.
So it was potentially someone who's been signed. Potentially who's been there. So
can I start?
Oh, you've got one. Okay. I'll just stalling what everyone thinks. Okay, fair enough, Patrick. You've got one.
Thomas Partey.
Thomas Partey. Go on, give us a reason why.
Because he's having stinker after stinker. I keep hearing the Arsenal fans trying to back him up. Again today, Everton away, a game which Arsenal should win. He had another stinker, got dominated in the midfield. It's just too many excuses, and the guy's just not been the same guy that we saw at Atletico Madrid. So yeah, he is stinker of the season.
Do you agree with Partey's 4 out of 10 rating as well?
No, I wouldn't even say it's lower than that. He's been very generous. So the fact that the guy's even admitting he's having a stinker, for me, he's stinker of the season.
Yeah, the fact that he gave himself a 4 is just crazy.
I know, it's mad.
I would love for someone to explain where that 4's come from, because I literally can't, I can't put my head around it. But
just below average, ridiculous, man.
Yeah, if anyone else has got a name already, obviously I can go. I know what Lawless is going to be, so I feel like is it going to be who I think it is? That is the question.
I know who Lawless is. I know who Lawless is.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that one. Go on, Lawless.
Wait. You know what? I've got names floating around my head now.
All right, I'm gonna come back. Right, so I'm gonna throw some out there.
Wait. Who was you guys saying was mine?
Grealish,
bro.
Yeah, Grealish.
Yes.
Oh, you forgot about him. Oh, shit. I thought that would have been standard.
Yes, I forgot. I was trying to look up the time. I didn't look high enough at Man City. Jack Grealish is without a doubt, the flop of the season. 100%. We can talk about Lukaku's 100 mil. Kevs, right? He was injured. We you know what I mean, we ain't got to see him. I know Grealish had a little injury here and there, but he hasn't. Like, you can say Lukaku just don't fit the system, yeah. This is Jack Grealish, right? Who was brought into a team where he should naturally be able to fit into that side if he's good enough and be able to get assists and also goals and everything, right? And now everything what I've said about him is coming to fruition. Everything I've said has been proved right, and I have debate after debate on this channel, and it's a vicious cycle. I say something, certain people act shocked, they laugh, they're baffled, they're like, "How could you say this is an agenda?" Time passes, I get found to be right. Those people disappear. We don't hear from them.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
It's the same thing.
Wow.
Time,
Like he's Terminator. Wow.
Like he's Terminator.
We need some sort of scoreboard between me and Kish, right? Because like for all of our debates, we need a scoreboard, right? The fans, West Ham fans, like West Ham being good because the fans aren't there. Ndombele, flipping, the Grealish.
You're 3 for 3 in it, technically.
I'm 3 for 3, man. That's why he's not here.
You're wrong. He's living his best life. He's in Brazil, man.
Okay. That's no excuse, man. You got to hold it. I'm just saying, like, stop doubting me. When I say these things, I know what I'm saying. Right?
Nostra Lawless.
Sorry. With me, for me, Grealish wise, I do think Grealish is Grealish, I do think he's overhyped at times, but I expected this because you have to remember when Bernardo Silva came in, Leroy Sané, Riyad Mahrez, it's all the same thing. So this season we're gonna have glimpses. Next season, Grealish is just gonna dunk on everyone. I'm very confident because at the end of the day, Pep's system, I don't know anyone apart from maybe a Kyle Walker who slotted in straight away. In Pep's system, it just flowed. Like,
no, you're right. Even Cancelo, he didn't hit the ground running, and now look at him.
I don't think anyone was as anonymous as this. I think even with Mahrez,
Rodri was pretty poor as well when he first came.
Oh yeah, there you go. I forgot about that. Mahrez was awful to begin with. Now look.
No, but I think Mahrez still showed more glimpses and was a little bit more. He took time. It was a little bit more influential.
That Grealish cost 100 million.
Yeah, but to be fair, right now, Lawless is right. If we're talking about right now, we can't always just predict for the future because it might not come good. We have to be honest. Right now,
that's true.
Because he could come good, he might not. We can't just assume it come good because
he was willing to. I know what baffles me is like he was willing to look at someone like Sterling and say, right, this guy, we need to move him out of the club. We need to move him on. Like, we need to spend 100 million on Grealish. And look at Sterling. Sterling's banging in the goals.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
He was I don't understand. Like, this is why when people say, like, when Kish was like, oh, well, how you saying you know more than Pep, or because Pep signs him, so that must mean he's a great player. It's like managers make mistakes all the time, even top class managers. He's ready to write off Sterling, and Sterling's proving he should be there. Top class. Top class managers. But we'll see. But I still don't think he's on Man City level.
I've gone quiet because I'm generally trying to think of someone who's done worse than Grealish. That's why. There you go.
Oh Jesus! I forgot about he's been so bad. I actually forgot. You know what? Until the other day, I actually forgot Chelsea signed him. Yeah, he started the other day.
He's gone from being a good player at Atletico to being a Spanish league costly.
But the thing is, you can't with Grealish, you can't say like he's got to adapt to the league. You can't say like he's come from a foreign country. He's got to adapt to the Premier League.
No, you're right. You can't say that. But brother,
it's the system, though.
Sounding has genuinely been a 0 out of 10. Try and prove me wrong. I beg you. He's been terrible.
You see, Saul.
How many games has he played?
You know when
how many games has he played though? He's only played like 4.
He played last game, man.
Like 3 or 4.
What did teacher said?
There's against Watford.
I don't know where he goes from here. What he meant by that is he goes on a plane back to Madrid. He ain't staying here. That's what he meant by that. The guy's not doing it. It's facts.
We
No, I'm
signed-
sorry.
we signed him
I'm a Sounders fan because when we spoke about it, when he was up for transfer, I wanted him at Man United, so I like the guy. But right now, he's stinking. He's an absolute stinker.
He's stinking.
He's an absolute stinker. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. You're not.
Alonso's injured now.
Kevin,
sorry.
Kevin, go on.
Alonso's injured too.
I'll be back.
Alonso's injured, so we'll see how he does that left wing back. But with Saul Niguez, do you remember like when we were signing him, they kept showing him his goal against Bayern Munich 2016 highlights. He's not really been at it for years now. And obviously the club thought, because we kind of panicked, Gilmo left, we needed a midfielder, everyone thought, okay, let's see what Saul goes. Starts against Aston Villa. I'm trying to think what performance was worse, that one or Bakayokis, but I think Bakayokis will still never top. I think that will still be the worst ever Chelsea performance I've ever seen in my life.
The amount of Chelsea fans that I spoke to wanted him off at 25 minutes, yo. Like they wanted him off, like literally ASAP Rocky. Like, I mean, the Saul against one. Obviously, I'm gonna put this in a poll anyway, so people can vote. I want to get through everyone. So, Cahil will come to you. I don't think you've given one.
I haven't. But
Cahil, come to you. Obviously, don't mention someone from your own team just to spice it up a bit.
No. Don't get me wrong. I have to back.
I'm waiting for one name. I'm
so Kev, who's his Kevs then? Kev can't say Nagel because that's his own player. So you said spice it up.
For me, just looking at it, it's a tough one. But I was gonna say Sancho for agenda, but nah.
I knew you were gonna say Sancho.
Sancho for agenda.
I'm genuinely surprised you said Sancho. I thought that would be one of the first names.
I guess because he's kind of started to pick up a little bit.
Yeah.
Genuine because he just broke your goalkeeper, so how can you just mention him?
You know you see what it is. There's ways. Obviously, he was always going to score.
On, Kevin,
he made him dance. I said, "Oh, it's the way he did it. It was so rude.
Dead.
It was so rude. Now, if I'm gonna be honest, yeah, this is gonna sound so shameless, but because Van der Beek, I don't know if he's gonna still play. Now, technically, he's signing for 40 million. Ali didn't rate him, but it seems we'll see what Ragnar does. But so far, he's been definitely one of the flops because obviously everyone watched him at Ajax as well, to see what he can do. Watched him for Holland as well. But we'll see. But I don't think so. There's really a clear. I know someone might say Werner, which is understandable. It's a weird one.
All right, so you've gone for Van der Beek, all right? I'm definitely not going to put that in the poll, but I like that. I'm joking.
Can we give Ben White an honourable mention because he's looking suspect?
Yeah, you know what? Because that's a good one. That is a good one.
Patrick,
because when you lot signed him, everyone jumped on him. The price tag. Yeah, I know you're bad at it now. Yeah, but no, over the last few weeks, Ben White started to look very sus again. So that's quite interesting, actually.
I mean, that's definitely an honourable mention. Keep thinking your honourable mentions. We'll finish on them. Cahil, over to you. Then I'll give you mine.
I got back my boys now. You can't be coming for my players, Patrick. I'm going for yours. Harry Kane's been a massive flop this season.
Yeah, I knew someone was going to say that. Yeah, I knew someone was going to say that.
Fair enough.
Cahil, elaborate.
I don't think I need to elaborate. How the hell has this man gone from 20 plus goals a season to 1 league goal, and we're in December? That is absolutely disgraceful.
Kane's gonna bag now.
I know, thank you. Yeah, please. I hope so. No, but Cahil's right. He has been stinking out the place. There's no denying that. 1 goal, 1 assist in 12 games. That's disgraceful. Yeah, that's disgraceful.
He's been horrible. And it's the fact that the media completely back him. There's nobody says a word about him. The fact
no, he does. Every time he plays, they get onto him. Come on, let's not lie.
Bro.
They mention it every single time he plays.
Bro, Patrick, if this was someone like Pogba, how worse do you think it would be?
Yeah. It'd be back page every day. Yeah, it would.
Harry Kane has been absolutely dreadful this season, and this whole image that he's created throughout the years of him being the poster boy, the complete professional, it's all been dust because of the way he's acted. Not even Courtois acted this bad.
He's a snake.
And he's a snake, bro. Not even Sanchez acted this bad. Not even Sanchez acted this bad.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you know what?
Utterly shameless.
You're spitting. I can't even lie. Like, yeah, he's been poor. So yeah,
You know what? I was gonna say an Arsenal player, right? But I'm not going to, because I think this person, right, that I'm gonna mention without
Because Ben White was
taken,
taken. That's why.
No, I'm not gonna say an Arsenal player. I'm not gonna say an Arsenal player because I was just thinking. Listen to what you're saying. And I feel like this guy that I'm going to mention is the biggest disgrace, right, in recent years. And without a shadow of a doubt, it has to be Dele Alli. What an absolute embarrassment of a football player. That guy, right, had the world at his feet. The guy had the world at his feet, and he's more inclined to being a TikToker. That's his main purpose in life. The guy does not give a shit about football. He's grown his hair out, he's done X, Y, and Z, but he's not grown in terms of ability. The guy is the biggest fall off I've ever seen of a player.
Yeah,
after that season, these mans were comparing him to Lampard after one season. Oh, he's gonna overtake Lampard's goal scoring record. He's gonna do X, Y, and Z. The guy's been absolute shambles, mate. And for me, how many managers I've had since a clean slate. I know us Man United fans are talking about clean slates at the moment. There's clean slates, and then there's taking that absolute piss.
Yeah, he needs to go.
4 managers.
He needs to go.
He's had Poch. He was absolute shambles under the end of Poch's tenure. He's had Jose. He was a shit show under Jose. He had that Nuno Espirito Santos. He was embarrassing under him. And now Conte. Bro, this guy's had 4 managers. Or 5 even. I don't know how much I named.
Yeah, Ryan Mason also. He started under Mason,
Ryan
and also then he got shipped out. Yeah, no, you're right. It was every time.
He's not putting a 7 out of 10 for one.
Exactly. Awful.
Not even one time.
And they've all.
You know what? New manager fans.
They've all trusted him, and all of us are hit in every single tenure. Like you said, he gets bombed out because he's that bad. And like you said, I mean, he was a wonder kid. He had the world at his feet. He was so good. 20 goals, 10 assists. You know, in that season. The season before, he had like 10 and 10. He was such a, like you said, Lampard-esque, running into the box late on,
he had a couple
affecting
of good
games.
He had a couple of good games for Jose, and I remember people saying he's back.
Against the West Ham and against the Everton when we first played them. He's awful. He needs to go, man. I saw him say the other day that he wants to prove himself under Conte and all this shit. Nah, it's time to go, man. Honestly,
bro, man's doing bing bong on TikTok, waste, man. Bing bong my ass, man. You're fucking shit. So I'm going Dele Alli. So obviously, I will clip this up out somehow and obviously get some sort of poll going. So just to clarify, we've got obviously mine, Dele Alli. We've got Grealish, Kane, Partey. Don't think anyone said Lukaku.
You're going to put Dele Alli as the flop of the season, though, in this poll.
He's not
no
really
one expected anything.
He's not
finished long time. Flop of the century.
He's a flop of the decade. There's only 1 year in. Flop of the decade.
Is he really? Does Dele Alli technically count as a flop? I feel like for me, obviously, like when with Grealish, that we expected it. Dele Alli, no one expected him to
bounce back.
I mean, he was a flop like from when he was good, and then
you can take a pick at Chelsea. You can take a pick at Spurs players like Lo Celso, Sanchez. I mean, just take your pick. Really, they've all been shit. Really, like Lo Celso in particular. Man came in to replace Eriksen, and the guy's literally been pathetic. Like honestly, I don't recall him having a couple. He's had a handful of decent games, and apart from that, he's done jack shit. Like honestly. He's been. I don't know what your thoughts are, Patrick. Because
no, the same. I said it. And that's why you lot laughed when I said about the Skip thing. But I'm being serious because our midfield is so bad. With Skip, what you're gonna get. Lo Celso, you're not getting anything. And Ndombele, you're not getting anything. Dele Alli, you're not getting anything. So that's why for me, Skip is so important already, and he's only 21.
Fucking his first full season. Skip and their balls.
Dele Alli,
But you know what? You say that, Osman. Skip is actually a good player. That's the joke about it. He's a good fucking player. When you watch him,
I need to sit down and watch you lot.
I know.
No, because to be honest, I just watch your highlights. The last game I've seen of you lot when Skip played against us when you lost 3-0. So
but he was the whole team was bad. But no, all jokes aside. Skip's a good player, man. You'll see it. People will see it anyway as the season progresses.
It's just giving me Scott McTominay fan. But listen, we're gonna wrap it up there. Obviously, if you do watch this on repeat, please get your flop of the season in the comment section. Of course, slap a like and subscribe to thy channel. Everyone's socials are down below, of course. before I plug myself, let's get the guests plugging themselves. Kevin, we'll start with you first, my guy. Let the people know where they can find you. Obviously, if you want to shout anything out,
Hello.
so this is an opportunity for you to do so now.
Yeah, you can find me at Kevs_HB. I'm a part of a co-host with Directionary Blues podcast where we, just talk about Chelsea pretty much every single week. So yeah, that's me.
Say less, say less. Patrick, let the people know where they can find you, my bro.
Yeah. You can find me at Views TV Official. That's the show that I co-host with my guy Semps, who Usman and obviously all the boys here know. I'm also on the Coys.com podcast. We record every Monday. I'm also part of the Football Terrace Top 6 show, and we record every Tuesday and Thursday. So yeah, that's where you can find me.
Yes, you love to see it. Lawless, where can the people find you, my bro?
At the Lawless on Twitter, West Ham Fan TV, all of that stuff. Obviously, you can check out my other channel with my two friends, Dad Dabo and Jace, and doing all sorts of clown behavior. So, yes, and we stream on Tuesdays and Sundays, 7:30 Twitch.
Love that. Obviously, they've been playing with Mario Party and stuff, so I watched that episode. That was Lawless is obviously.
I'm very competitive here. I'm very competitive.
I am as well, man.
I get gamer range.
I tell you right now, I'm the most competitive person in my family. They hate me. But listen, Cahil, last but not least, I just before you get your shot, I just want to say, if whatever he says now, please do follow, because if I was Cahil and my team just lost like that. Bro, I gotta respect Cahil for coming on. He didn't drop out like the other Arsenal fan. He still came on.
Respect.
This sounds like the start of an Oxfam advert.
Oh, you killed him. It's not.
My guy said Oxfam. Oxfam.
Please donate £2 for Arsenal fans. I can't turn the screen around because I'll get copyright. But I've just got the Arsenal game in the background, just like the goal.
Oh, is it? After this, it's AFTV, boy. It's been I can't wait.
There's snacks downstairs, man.
Yeah.
But Cahil, sorry to interrupt. Shout out your social media channel.
I'm Oxfam, you can find me on Mondays, of course, on Usman Talks United. That's the show, Rival Fan Podcast, and also on Free Midfield every Monday as well on YouTube, Twitter, SoundCloud, all the socials. That's where you find me, Kojo, and sometimes Darren, but he's rarely there these days. But come watch us.
Yeah, listen, make sure you go show him love. Obviously, watch the video on Friday where Cahil was talking about us finishing top 4, and then obviously watch this one afterwards if you haven't watched the first 20 minutes again.
Back.
Yeah, watch that team back to back. Get your popcorn because trust me, that was beautiful. First 20 minutes of that one and 20 minutes of this, you'll enjoy it. But listen, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that's tuned in. Obviously, slap like, subscribe to the channel. As I've already said, make sure you show love to all our guests. As always, follow their socials, which are down below. Regarding myself, obviously, Usman Talks United on Twitter. Myself and Kojo, we have got a tactical podcast every week, and this time it falls tomorrow, which we will be giving you in-depth analysis of Manchester United's victory against Crystal Palace. So man's got the tactic board ready for that one, all the graphics and everything. Man's done homework. But listen, that's the side. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock, myself and Kojo, where we'll delving into that in more detail. Apart from that, it's been your voice, man.